All right, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name's Elliott and you're watching Rickety Ski Reviews. Today, we're gonna be reviewing the Liberty Origin 101. These were sent to me by Liberty Skis, so big shout out Liberty, thank you for sending these. Not every ski manufacturer is willing to have their ski in a microscope, so as I always say, that speaks volumes about their confidence. Let's just jump right into it. Let's go ski, we got plenty of powder. It's gonna be an awesome day to review some skis.
For 100.
This is not a paid review. This is my completely unbiased opinion. Liberty just sent me the skis. I'm gonna ship them back. That's how it works. It doesn't get any more unbiased than that. As always, I'm going into this review completely blind. I don't know anything about these skis, don't know what they're made out of. I like to go skiing completely blind and just go off a feel.
But they're not dead either. You should definitely load them.
Just at a glance, like first impressions, I was pretty happy with these skis. I felt like they kind of did everything. They delivered on all of their promises. They held a turn well. It wasn't something like the Atomic Bent where I'm like, what the heck is this ski doing? I never felt like that. This is a solid ski that you can turn on and enjoy. Just get that out of the way. There's nothing crazy bad about the ski, but there are individual weaknesses and shortcomings and some strengths as well. I think for some people it could be really good and for other people not a good fit. First, let's talk about the good. The good with the ski is that I really like the consistency of the ski, the flex of the ski. I think that's where the ski really shines. Whatever the ski is made out of allows it to not only kind of have light and easy edge to edge chime, but also it was a very stable flex. It's a pretty stiff ski in some spots while kind of flexy in others. So whatever they're doing with the consistency of the flex, I think that's the ski's shining point. The flex and the consistency is really nice because it feels really stable under our foot. When I was going fast, I didn't feel any speed wobble. When I got into adverse conditions, it kind of cut through things well. It really shined with just the material that it was made out of and the consistency of the shape change when you flex your boot and flex the ski. So that was a big plus for the ski. I also felt like the ski was very diverse. It handled all conditions well. I would categorize this more closely to a crud cutter. It did okay in the powder. It could kind of just plow through almost any terrain. Overall, I felt like it was a pretty well-rounded ski, and it could cut through most conditions. I never felt like I was super disappointed, except for one area, which now let's talk about the bad. bad. To be honest, for this width, this ski was pretty disappointing in the powder. I didn't feel like it had enough flotation, or it didn't make the most out of its width and weight. I found in several cases the ski was kind of sinking into the snow and just not floating the way that I wanted it to. It also didn't make for a great kind of platform when I need to go edge to edge on the turn in the powder specifically. It was fine in the trees, but in the powder I found myself sinking, and just something about the shape didn't use the most of it when it came to buoyancy. If you're looking for like a powder specific ski, this ski seemed to struggle especially hard when it came to deep snow. I just wished that the flotation was a little bit better. On top of that, I didn't feel like the shape was particularly good at carving. It made for a stable platform, but I didn't feel like I could really snap in or out of the turns as well as I'd like. Now, for its width, that kind of makes sense, but even then, I just didn't feel like it made the most out of its shape. It was kind of beefy without a ton of good turn shape. It was a solid platform, so, you know, if you want to be able to load the ski, you absolutely can. It's not as bad as like an atomic bent where you just have no second half of your turn. It could make more out of its shape when it came to turning. It also could be like a little sluggish turn to turn. When I got on the cat tracks, it felt like specifically slow. Maybe that's just a wax thing. Overall, I just felt like this ski is a little heavy and clunky, and I really wanted it to make better use of its length and width and shape overall. It didn't feel very optimized. Another really good feature of the ski is the springiness. If you're somebody who likes jumping and likes springing out of powder little notches, this ski is very springy, so that is a plus. If you're somebody who's into freestyle skiing or just likes jumping, this might be a good fit for you. I'm not an expert in that, but I can feel when I'm springing in and out of jumps and kind of loading the ski like that. Another kind of downside of the ski is that I found that the tip shape really does not kind of float very well. The tip shape had a tendency to sink under the snow, and when you have this kind of wind-blown snow like we get in Idaho, the top stuff is really light and the bottom stuff can be really heavy. So when you sink under the light snow, suddenly you're not getting a good powder experience. Not necessarily totally the ski's fault, but I did find that the tips weren't especially good at keeping above the snow line. Now let's talk value. The Liberty Origin comes in at $728.99. I think that that's a good value overall. For the ski that you're getting and the places you're able to go on the mountain, this is a good value ski, so that helps the score a little bit, but it's still a pricey ski and it has some pretty glaring flaws if you're in the wrong area. If you were somewhere where you have kind of more cruddy snow or the snow gets kind of beat up quicker than other places, this might be a good ski because it definitely thrived in adverse conditions. But if you're somebody who's looking for a powder ski, this probably isn't it. And if you're looking for a carving ski, there's other options as well. But I do think that if you're somebody who likes a springy ski you want to take in the park and wants to be able to kind of get anywhere on the mountain in any condition, this is a good option. Overall, for score, I'm gonna have to give this a 6.9 out of 10. I think that the ski has some really good strengths. I feel like it has some really good options for where it can take you on the mountain. It's just that when I got into powder, which is hard to get to and is rare, it didn't float that well. I found the tips frequently kind of shoveling under the snow, and I was really disappointed with that. The turn shape was okay, not excellent. It was definitely better than an atomic bent, but not as good as a peak ski. Definitely not on the level of like a Black Crow or anything. It was okay, and I did like the stability of the material and how it kind of held its edge. I also like the material for springiness. It really was springy if you're somebody who likes jumps. So, you know, if jumps is kind of more your language, this might be a higher score for you personally, or if you are in adverse conditions, this might be a better score for you personally. But for me, is a 6.9 out of 10. They have something really special going on with what the skis are made out of, but the shape of the ski needs a little bit more refinement. They really need to capitalize on that width a little bit more, and they really need to kind of capitalize on the ski shape when it comes to carving it. overall, a pretty good ski, and I think for some people, this is an excellent choice, but for me personally, I found it lacking in several areas. Again, big shout out to Liberty Skis. They went out of their way to send this ski to me, and I know that that's not easy, so thank you again, Liberty Skis. I think for some people, this is gonna be a really excellent option. So anyway, that's my review of the Liberty Skis. If you like this channel, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps my channel out a lot. If you really, really like this ski, we actually have a subscription so you can watch the videos a day or two early. And it will also allow you, if you want one-on-one help with what ski you should get, what length ski you should get, if you want coaching on your skiing specifically, we have different tiers with different options. So if you really, really want to support the channel, that helps me out a lot. I'm not paid by any of these companies. I just reviewing them independently because it's something I care about. And you know, like giving this ski the review, I'm gonna tell you the good and I'm gonna tell you the bad, because at the end of the day, you're gonna be the one with the ski, so you should know both. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. More than anything, that's what really counts to me, is that you guys take the time to watch my videos. I really appreciate it. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.